talk about the dark side of people after it all hits the fan. In a world without rule of law, constant fear will become the new normal. The days of going for a nice walk with loved ones, or simply watching your children play in the park will be a thing of the past. Because law will no longer have any weight, because there's no one left to enforce them. Now, people may play nice at the beginning of a survival situation, but as time goes on and resources become scarce, the dark side of human nature will come to the surface. A person will eat and drink things never before thought possible. They will do absolutely anything for the smallest bit of food, water, protection, medicine, and shelter in order to see one more day. Anything. We will see the nastiest sides of human nature, even by those we know and love. The will to survive will take over. And just be honest with yourself. What would you be willing to do?
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there unto the Zyphornis from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Alright. Also, the meaning of peace is tranquility. Alright. Basically a blessing. And the reason why I'm saying it like this is because of this show. It was something I thought about for a while through the spirit. You know, as you going around about doing your business, you'll notice people, their behavior, their tactics, and the facade that they carry with themselves. Because everybody out here is not their true self. All right? They smiling in your face. They say, maybe some people might say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And they seem polite. You know, everybody has something to say about somebody else. Until what this man had made statement of, until that happens. The ugly side of humanity. Now, a good film that, you know what, I could probably use that with them, was Dark Knight. And with the character of the Joker, he basically said, in a nice about way, when you push people to a certain degree, they show their true self. So, what will push men, women, and children to act in a barbaric manner, like they have never seen before? Well, it's called adversity. It's called tribulation. It's called things that's out of one's control. All right? Like the man stated, at the beginning, when something tragic happens, people may play ball. They may get along for the, what they quote unquote, they say the greater good. All right? They may do that. And the reason why they may do that, for to save face, because just like in that film, Leave the World Behind, Kevin Bacon's character, hey, he was on point. He told the Jake, you got to read the room. You're not reading the environment right now. It's not about the old ways. It's about survival of the fittest. Now, all these end world or end of society films, The Purge, come in mind right now. All the purges, Book of Eli, The Road, you know, even Mad Max and all these other things. Why was they put there? Once again, I did a show on it. It's because of programming. All right, this because the elites are programming people's mind to hesitate. So you're gonna be in a dark position to do things that normally you won't do. All right, that's why you have shows like Walking Dead, and the characters is crying because they never did such a thing like that. But when it came down to it, it was about survival of the fittest. And the reason why I was thinking about all these beautiful thoughts in mind, because when they look at us, when we say certain things, they look at us like we're well, first of all, they look at us like we got three heads, period, and they can't put two to two together. So when we mentioned grape in the past, we mentioned civil war or race wars. People look at it like, why would you want that? It's not what we want. Of course, yeah, we want it, but it's not the way you intend it. Like we're pushing for it, because we know exactly what will happen when all hell breaks loose. When a society that is comfortable with their norms, when that normacy thing gets out of control, this will end up happening. And this is why, let me get a couple of scriptures. I gotta make this long. Yeah, all right, I will say that. But Daniel's 12:1, it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even that same time. And at that time thy people, the Israelites, the elect, shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Because this time that is spoken of is speaking of Jacob's trouble. All right, and we in the time of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And we read in NLT, it says, at that time, Michael, the archangel, who stands guard over your nation, would arise. Then there shall be a time of anguish, right? Greater than any since nations first came into existence. But at that time, every one of your people, whose name is written in the book, will be rescued. So that time, once again, is Jacob's trouble. Now you could go throughout all history and see when the civilization collapsed, what would happen. However, this is going to surpass anything that ever happened. All right, everything that under the heavens that happened of transitional power is going to take place here in America. It's going to be so bad that the Yahweh Shai is going to send forth his mighty general, all right, to be as a divine intervention towards the Lord's people. So this is what we speak of all the time, and people yet have not, it hasn't registered. The other factor of a society that collapses, matter of fact, let me start 2 Ezra 15, and I'm going to get to this other thing I was thinking of. Oh, it's real. It's damn real. 2 Ezra 15:14. Start there. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Matter of fact, yeah, let me start there. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So one people is going to fight against another people. All right. That other people is the people that's trying to survive. All right. What is going to cause all this turmoil? Now we have amplitude of things that could take place that may cause this historic collapse. All right. And all the things that we make mention of a societal collapse, the financial collapse, or plagues, like the scripture says, all right, or just downright Esau just completely taking control and causing whatever narrative that he desires to take place. But it's going to get so bad out here that people is going to take matters into their own hand. And what was once a human thing Oh, no, let me get this scripture real quick. Because everything has a cause and effect. Matthew's 24 and 12. It says, and because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And NLT, sin shall be rampage everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. So sin, transgression of the law of the Most High, Yahweh, is rampanting. All right? It's rampanting. What the Lord say not to do, this world tends to do it. What the Lord says how to be, this world saying how not to be. Okay? Everything that the Lord said not to do, this world is publicly and proudly omitting of doing. So all these are things are happening. For all these things are happening, is causing a reaction. Real quick, it says Isaiah. Where are you? Sorry, Isaiah 24. I start at 5 to the point. It says, matter of fact, I start at 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haunted people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and few men left. So here you go, you have it right there. It tells you, because of these unnatural breaking of the Lord, of the commandments of the Most High, there's a cause and effect. All right, the breaking of, and it says, I'm reading NLT from 4 down. It says, the earth mourneth and dries up, and the crops waste away and wither. Even the greatest people on the earth waste away. The earth suffers for the sins of its people, for they have twisted God's instructions, violated his laws, broken his everlasting covenant. Therefore a curse consumed the earth. Its people must pay the price for their sin. They are destroyed by fire, and only a few men left. So NLT even gets more in depth and detailed. All right. So all these things are unfolding because of what this world is promoting itself in, which the rulers of this world have done. All right. Before I get back to this, it says 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So this great misery that the people is going to suffer, well, it starts with our people, because our people are the Israelites, and the theme is Jacob's trouble. All right, Jacob's trouble is the world's trouble. All right, let's really think about it. The Most High Yahweh does not give two rats' ass about the people of the earth. This clearly tells you that the Lord sees these nations as nothing, as a bunch of nobodies. So if the Lord's chosen people is going to be in hell of a trouble, why would the Lord care about the rest of the nobodies? So our trouble is your worst and terrible nightmare. Now, they said about this alien so-called thing in Miami, you don't know if it's true or not, whatever. There's things, supernatural, spooky things that's going to take place that is going to shake this world's foundation. All right? So this is all unfolding because of the great pride that these people, they carry. And this is a prideful nation, which is America. All right? And it says, for many great miseries shall be done unto them in the latter time shall dwell on the earth, because they have walked in great pride. So famine, pestilence, death, destruction, all right, grape. All these things is going to take place. When society collapses, okay, the society is built on um, normacy bias. It's built on lies. It's built on a, a false idea how things are supposed to be. So all these things are unfolding. And once this transitional thing takes place, and this is the main thing that I was thinking about, which I'm going to get it right now, get this out the way. It says, Lamentations 5:1. Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. And that is not talking about actually ETs or anything like that. I was talking about these other nations. This is what happened to the Lord's chosen people. All right. This constantly happened to our people. It says, we are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are widows. So the thing that came in my mind is orphans. What is an orphan? Let's look that up, which explains itself. But the Hebrew word for orphan is yatanwam, an orphan, fatherless. So you have a lot of people that's going to be father and motherless. All right, a lot of children. You're going to see a lot of babies on the road, diapers, shitty diapers. Okay, because I'm picturing it, I'm seeing in my head how things are going to turn out when all hell breaks loose and the majority of the adults being put to death, and children, if they don't come and pick them up, which the elites they always attend to do, and do whatever their heart desires to. And we living in a time where people are having children like it's nothing. Okay, we're living in that time. Okay, that's what the scripture says about the Lord. Yahweh Shai said it the best. Luke 21, I believe it's 21. Yep, Luke 21 and 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And this took place in 70 AD. But 70 AD was 70 AD. And we just read Daniel's the 12th chapter, that the things that never happened is going to happen in this time. So it's not talking about 70 AD. It's talking about now. Okay? And that they had to flee. They fled to the mountains of Africa. They fled out of there. And my people is going to do this, have no other choice, go into the wilderness. Esau has made things where he put things in film to make you react in a certain type of manner. And then once you react in that manner, he checkmated you. You know? Because he knows what people are going to do. So, but these days is coming, is going to be days of vengeance. And it says, but this is the point. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be a great distress in the land, and the wrath upon this people. So who gives sucks? Women that have children. Now a lot of these women are going to abandon their children. All right, a lot of women are going to abandon their teenage kids. They're going to sell their children for food. Matter of fact, I was reading that. Let me get that real quick. That's how real it's going to get, yo. And we got to really think complete why things haven't happened the way we thought it was going to happen at the time, because we wasn't built for it. It says 2 Kings 6 and 25. No, it's 24. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up to besiege Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass had I said, it's an ass head was sold for 4 scores pieces of silver, and 4 part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So when an enemy, what the way ancient cities used to be, when you have a city, you had walls, and when your enemy surrounds it with your walls, they cut off all your food sources that's coming from different places. So whatever you have in the city, the people would end up eating all of it, undisciplined, panicking. Just like we had a stupid ass supposed a blizzard, and people was in the supermarket for something that didn't come to fruition. All right, but imagine when the U.S. government tells you you have to go and get this. Like prime example, the whole scares of C-19, when people went crazy for goddamn toilet paper. All right, so it's going to happen again. It says, verse 26, and as the king of Israel was passed by upon the wall, they cried a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord did not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the wine's press? And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? So he was cold, but it was reality. All right, it was straight up reality. Like, if the Lord's not going to help you, how can I help you? And this is the time that we're coming into. I was expressing that during the Saturday show, because it comes in mind like, yo, we about to hit some crazy times. It says, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we'll eat my son tomorrow. So these women committed cannibalism. This is how bad it was that they committed cannibalism. What mother in a right mind would decide to kill their own child for meat? That's how bad it got. All right. And I remember Polite was making a stupid statement. Well, y'all eat your own children. And he don't understand that concept. That wasn't because, oh, you just hungry and eat your children. That put you was in a destitute state. So these things are coming again. It says, verse 26, so we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she have hid her son. And it came to pass, when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes and passed by upon the wall. And the people looked, and behold, a sackcloth was within upon his flesh. Because that's a sad situation. All right. But this is coming. Ezekiel 5, I believe it's 20. No, I'm sorry, 5 and 20. 5 and 6. It says, Ezekiel 5 and 8. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, behold, even I am he. I said, even I am him. Against thee I will execute judgments in the midst of thee, in the sight of the nations. I will do indeed that which I have not done, whereunto I would not do any more the like, because of all thine abominations. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgment in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter into all the winds. So execution of people, their children are going to be fatherless, unprotected. These are the times that's coming. All right. These are the times, and these people, the way these people operate, the way they think, they won't have no problem. All right. They have no problem doing that. That's another major factor that we got to consider. Okay. They're willing to go that far. Those are the situations that the Lord forced his people to do something out wicked like that, because why? They pissed the Lord off. But these people are willing to do that. So what do you think is going to happen to them when they're willing to kill their own child and do things the way they do? Shit, there are people already, women already have abortion, commit abortion. People already kill one another. You got people that's cannibals that no matter, they don't have a problem with that. Pedophilia is no problem. Homosexuality is no problem. So these people will go to the next level. So the Lord's going to do something to them that they never even thought of. Isaiah 9 and 18, or yeah, no, 20. Matter of fact, 19. It says, though through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be fuel of the fire. So all these different GMO substance that's within every single person's vessel, their body, that the trash that you eat, well, guess what? That's going to assist the fire that's going to be burnt on America. That's going to assist the burning. It's going to feed off of you. These people are made fuel for the fire. It says, no man shall spare his brother. He shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. So people are going to commit the most gruesome act that they ever thought of. So once again, what's going to cause all these things? The lack of everything. It says back in 2 Ezra 15, 2 Ezra 15 and 15, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. So men, women are going to take matters into their own hand, and women are going to revert back to being women. All right, women are going to revert back to being women. Why? Because at that point, that facade that they carried of being independent, strong, and all that is gonna shatter quickly. All right, that's gonna shatter quickly, because men are gonna. If a man is a threat to another man, how does a woman stand a chance? All right, there ain't no amount of guns. If a man don't, with all the guns that he may have, all the strength that he may have, he's gonna be acting like a woman. Gonna be like a woman that time. How is a woman gonna act? All right, so they're not even considered in that topic. They're just gonna be victimized. Okay, and it's not far-fetched to see. You gotta be a blind idiot to not to see that. You are truly denying yourself not to see that. When all hell breaks loose, the only people that's gonna stand a chance is the men of the Lord. That's it. All right. It says, verse 17. It says, a man should desire to go into a city. Why? Because cities, metropolitan, believe it or not, they have structure. They have order, right? What did a man make mention of? That people, if there's a lawless society where the laws are thrown out, then guess what? People change. The dynamic change drastically. Okay? It changed drastically, and people is going to try to run to some sort of normalcy. And that normalcy that people is going to run into, there ain't going to be no normalcy. You're going to have that Revelation 13 and 16 on you. All right? The MOTB, in order to get into these cities. And then you playing about a different rule. It's not the same rule of the old world. So people are going to lose it. People are going to lose their fucking mind. And it says, and it should not be able. So a lot of people access is going to be denied. Martial law, all sorts of things. When people are out of order, they're gonna completely lose it. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. There goes that pride. This is the source of everything. All right, this is the source of all of it. What hood I'm from, All right, what hood you from, what what city you rep. Okay, this city, that city. That shit ain't gonna mean nothing in those days. Absolutely nothing. Okay, and it says the houses shall be destroyed, and men should be afraid. So men is gonna be afraid. Then women are gonna be shitting themselves. The great movie to watch is The Road. The wife was safe. She was good. She was like, oh, the food's gonna run out. Then she just had the baby. She said they're gonna what they said, they're gonna kill me and they're gonna rape me and this, that, to the third. So she decided to leave the safety of her husband and to go out there butt naked so she could get devoured. So women are gonna fold under pressure. But death is not gonna come easy in those days. Death is not gonna come easy, all right? It's not gonna come easy at all for anybody. Because people is gonna have to pay for the shit that they done. And boy, suicide would be an easy trick, right? But the Spirit of the Lord, it says in Revelations, real quick. But it goes into something else, but it's still, that Spirit's still gonna be on there. It says Revelation 6, I believe it's 12. It says, oh no, I'm thinking of the other one. Matter of fact, we go to Revelation 9. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna read this. This is after the destruction. This is during the destruction of America. But it's still gonna apply because I believe in 2nd Ezra 16 chapter. It tells you. Let me read this. It says Revelation 6:15. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman, every freeman hid themselves in the dens in the rocks of the mountains and said unto the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. So people who don't wish to die, like it says in Revelation, which is talking, this particular one is talking about in World War One. However, rules still gonna apply. Certain things are gonna apply in these latter times. All right, people are not just gonna get the opportunity to go to the spiritual world just off a GP. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna remain here. All right, it says verse 6 of Revelation 9:6, and in those days men shall seek death and shall not find it. Because when you go into World War One, men were not easily put to death the way it was. They were injured, but there was certain medicines that'll keep them alive. So they'll come back for the arm or for the leg. All right. Even in today's war, it's morphine that will sustain you. You come back injured. Some people rather death. And it says, and in those days men shall seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. All right. So if the Lord did that to them in that time frame, World War One, what do you think He's gonna do now when people have to pay? I know it's one in the Apocrypha. That's why I'm just looking. All right. What do you think they're gonna do? The same goddamn thing. They're gonna seek to die, but they will not die. All right. Death is too easy for these fools. So they're gonna be in their most animalistic, crazy behavior that you've never seen in your wildest dreams, and because people like to act wild, because it's some sort of structure. People like to rebel. You know, there's a point where people just rebel just to rebel. Rebel means to fight against the norm. So they do these things just because there's some sort of norm. It's just a net to fall on. Well, I know I could go to jail, this, that, to the third. What happens when all the normal things are no longer there? All right. It says back in 2nd 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, which is famine, all right, and for great tribulation. That great tribulation is at the horrible times that's coming, all right, the horrible, unmerciful times. Let me see, let me jump down to 51. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman. It's talking about America. It's talking about not only America, all this new world order, all these people that's in conglomerate with one another. They're going to be beaten down as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastened with wounds, so that the mighty and lover shall not be able to receive thee. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hand, saying over their dead, when thou was drunken. So all this is the cause of what? The cause of all these things that's happening. All this great hell that's about to take place is because what these people did to the Lord's chosen. All right? The Lord's chosen people, which are the biblical Israelites. Set forth thy beauty of thy countenance, thy reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shall thou receive recompense. And we living in that time. Okay, payback's a bitch. All the shit that you did. It says, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, that shall fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains, because you have a lot of people that can go out there. I get my own food. I'll hunt. I know how to hunt. I know how to fish. All that jazz. Spitting all that jazz, right? This is what the Lord said. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. Cannibalism once again. Drink their own blood for the hunger of bread and the thirst of water. Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. So the same thing that we read, the Lord's going to commit to this place. And for all you women out there, tough broads, boss bitches, all that good stuff, all right, you're going to be done. First round knockout. This first night blackout. You out of it. All right. Those that remain, this is what the scripture says. It says, verse 33, 2 Ezra 16:33. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. The daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. And in the wars shall the bridegrooms be destroyed, and the husbands shall perish of famine. So everybody's gonna be left defenseless. No real man to protect them. There's gonna be women without husbands, daughters without fathers, all right? Nieces without uncles, sisters without brothers. You're going to be left defenseless out there, okay? Fucking defenseless. And it says, and what? So those that are going to try to take matters to their own hands, these so-called thugs, these guys that got guns, they got no problem bodying this, they're going to be bodied. They're going to get got. All right? They're going to be a product of hell that's going to take place on earth. It says, in the wars shall the bridegrooms be destroyed. What wars? World War III, that's one sector of people that's going to be massacred. But the wars in these streets, people are going to get massacred. All right? And then these wars, it's not going to be fought fair. It's going to be fought. It's going to be devastating. All right? There's going to be weird alliances. And even with the weird alliance that take place, they're going to be shit out of luck. All right? People are gonna do people that can't stand each other, racist, people, just to survive. And you think everybody's gonna put their differences to the side. Nope. All of that is gonna come back and bite them. That's what the scripture says. Matter of fact, real quick, I didn't know I was gonna make it this long, but this is the spirit. Isaiah 13, I believe it's 15. It says, everyone, matter of fact, I started 14. And it shall be as a chase roe, talking about Esau Edom. That's the he that's going to be as a chase roe. A chase roe is a female deer. All right? Matter of fact, let me make sure. I know it's not a buck. Buck is a male. Well, there's no true definition. A roebuck. Okay, it could be a male. It doesn't matter. Gazelle. Perhaps an extinct animal. Nope. So a roe, right? And as a sheep that no man taketh up, meaning no protection. All right, nobody's gonna come to the aid of a particular people. All right, and that particular people is Esau Edom, the cause of all this shit that's gonna go on. The elites that's on top is gonna cause nothing but pure mayhem. Allow it to happen. Let things take its natural course. Let people act in their own validity. Let the people act in their own accord. All right. Let their natural state spring up. So people are gonna, those that survive the first tears and all these other different tears, they're gonna know who's the cause of the problem. It says, and they're gonna go after them. The scripture says about the reaper should overtake the plowman shall overtake the reapers. The reapers are the people that benefits. Okay? It says, and it shall be as a chase roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. So people, yeah, there's gonna be weird alliances, but eventually people is gonna have to go with their own kind. Like it says in the Apocrypha, that every beast liken itself. So you're not gonna go to people that has never had your true your attention any good. You're not gonna go to the people that hated you, that wanted to massacre you, that had no problem coming against you. You won't feel safe. All right, you're gonna feel safe with your own kind. All right, and it says, and flee everyone to his own land. So you already have people leaving America as it is right now, but they won't be able to leave. Okay? Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. So if you're in the side of the enemy and a group of Jakes, that don't just regular Jakes see you with the enemy, Esau, all right, they're gonna put you back into some sort of servitude, but you aiding them and this, that, that. They're gonna look at you and they're gonna take you out. All right? Especially you black women, you Latino women. You have no chance. That box is going to get you so far. Unlike in this world, people are holding back because there's laws to keep certain men from doing certain things. But when all hell breaks loose, those laws don't apply. So your box, you women are going to be sold for the most minute things. All right? It says, everyone that shall be found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So that's self-explanatory. So everything that we thought the scriptures meant is coming to fruition. It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces. So are children going to be safe in those times? No. All right? No, they will not. Like I stated, I can envision it, seeing the people with their women, women that have husbands, they're gonna be widows. Those that didn't have no husbands, they're gonna be defensive. They're gonna be, I won't even say booty. They're just gonna be victimized. If they have children, if the children escapes a certain thing, ain't no strangers gonna come and take that child. I was watching. Oh, this is where it started. Good movie to watch. Watch Godzilla -Zero. That's the human aspect of things, which we don't care. We just want to see Godzilla tear shit up. However, there was a human aspect of it. Strangers that never never would be close to one another became a family. They became a family. All right? So there's going to be some odd parents in that time. But overall, if you don't have the protection of the Lord, you will be destroyed. It says, their children shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes. It's like their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. So there's gonna be some great going on. It's gonna be total chaos, and it's not far fetched. Like the man said, you know, you will see a women's nature in that time. Women gonna sell men out easily just to get something. All right, just to survive, just to see another day. Women gonna do whatever it takes. They're gonna go with the highest bidder, and I don't mean by finances, because finances is not gonna mean shit in that time. The highest bidder is the guy that has the most protection, and they're gonna realize all those bad boys that they love so much, those Chads and those Tyrones and Jamals and I'm just thinking about names for Jake. Fucking Raheem, Pookie, Ray Rays, when they are done, when they're completely destroyed, okay, they're gonna have to seek true protection, and that protection is only gonna come by the men of the Lord, because the Lord's gonna be dealing. But the Lord, there's gonna be a selective few. 2 Ezra 6 and I believe it's 24. It says, at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell in the earth and therein. So men is gonna turn on one another like enemies. It's like that movie said, like the man said, he said, you read the times. You gotta read what's going on. So I'm gonna protect mines, and that's it. All right. You're gonna have, man, it's gonna be total chaos. And all these people that carry themselves in a civilized manner will cutthroat you for just to get in front of you in a line, because laws, statutes, you got those people that just lose it just for no reason. Well, they're all gonna be like women in that time. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. So don't be fooled by the loudest man in the room. He ain't gonna mean shit. Once again, the Lord said it. It's gonna be a time that has never been before. There's no somebody that just came out of jail is gonna be able to sit there and, let me tell you how this is done. There's not gonna be none of that. The Lord's gonna change people's environments. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it off on this. Isaiah 66 and 4. It says, Now, and I will also choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. So the Lord's going to choose a woman's delusion. All right. He's going to choose your fear. So whatever you're comfortable in, you're going to be warped to another sect where you're not comfortable in, where you have no clear-cut advantage. All right. The Lord's going to put the proper pieces in the proper places where it needs to be. And if you one of the Lord's, you're going to be protected. If you're not, well, see you on the other side. Matter of fact, Isaiah 65, and I'm going to end it off on this. It says, 11, but ye are they that forsaken the Lord, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepared a table for that troop, and that furnished the drink offering unto that number, which is talking about is 2/3 of the nation of Israel that's sold out. All right. It says, therefore I will number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. So when did the Lord call his people? When this great calling took place? It's taking place now. The doors of mercy still open, yet people are not repenting, not taking heed. So when this shit happens, this is why it's gonna over proceed or overdo any time it has ever been. Because you have to understand, the America is a first world country. All right, this first world country, in a matter of moment, is going to be not even a third world country. So that right there shows you the great fall is going to take place. It's going to take place so harsh, so cruel, that it's going to be a matter of a moment. All right, like the scripture says. So it's coming down hard, man. And people see it, but they don't understand it. It says, when I spake, you did not hear. And that's why, hey, we generalize things. We only could generalize. That's the Lord speaking. All right? That's the Lord speaking. To tell you a time of trouble that has never been. All right? The Lord said it. We go out there, repeat. We echo the Lord's displeasure. We echo the Lord's will. You people not hearing. But did evil before mine eyes. So you did evil. The things that the Lord tells the people not to do. And he's only concerned about his people. That's why it's captive called Jacob's trouble. All right? And did choose that wherein I delight not. So instead of taking heed, the Lord's chosen people even went further. All right? They even got worse than they ever have been before. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, and ye shall be ashamed. So there's going to be a major difference. The Lord's servants are going to be in great hands. While everybody else, if the Lord's going to favor his servants, what about the people that has not served him? Right? And it says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for the sorrow of heart, and shall howl for the vexation of spirit, and shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. So the Lord made a great big difference of whom he's going to deal with in these latter times. A great difference. All right? That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Most High of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the Most High, the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. So there you go. All right. Matter of fact, it's a little bit before. Behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So that this world is leaving with a bang. All right. This society is not coming back. There ain't no comebacks. This thing is going to be a nightmare in our mind. And the nightmare is coming to light every day. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation Israel. Shalom.